We have mentored dozens of people who have wanted to go into leadership and helped them to get into their first leadership position. So we wanted to talk about that in this video to give you a blueprint on exactly what you need to do if you're interested in going down that pathway. Most of us are looking for people with the right character and the right fit for the team.
These characteristics, when put together, will create the whole package with the right mindset, characteristics, and will help you walk into your first leadership position.
These characteristics are things that you should put on your resume, but before you can put them on your resume, you actually have to develop these skill sets.
So we're going to go over 5 of these. The first one is conflict resolution. We have created some videos on difficult conversations. We have the foundational and some tools to use. Go check those videos out. What this looks like is getting into the coaching perspective, going to the source, and following the chain of command.
The number 2 characteristic is being able to have the big picture in hand. A lot of nurses get really stuck in the, I am taking care of my one patient and that's all I pay attention to. And they give examples in interviews about me and my patient, and they don't talk about the team dynamics or the unit involvement. And that is a detriment to you if you want to be in a leadership position. It's perfectly okay to do that if you have no intention to expand yourself. You can take good care of patients and go home. But if you want to go into a leadership position, you need to start thinking about bigger, grander perspectives and how you're going to integrate yourself not only with your team, but potentially even teams outside of your direct patient care areas. So what this looks like are charge nurses who manage well. And what I mean by that is not charge nurses who just know what's going on, but the charge nurse who can pay attention to the struggling nurse. They're really aware of the patient's needs with the skill set on the unit, and they know how to pair those well. They're good at identifying patients who might be a challenge for somebody, but they can say, hey, I think you've been doing really well, and let's put you with this patient and pair you up with a mentor so that you can actually learn today. You're looking for charge nurses who really understand that capacity. And if you are a charge nurse and you aren't doing that, this is something that I encourage you to start doing right now. In addition to being aware of what's going on with your peers and the assignments and coaching in that area, it also means that you're aware of your resources and how to use them appropriately. So if your census drops and you know that another unit is struggling, a responsible charge nurse will probably float a nurse because that's going to be helpful to another unit. It's not fair to the overall organization if your unit is getting really cushy assignments and another unit is getting slammed and they're on the verge of having an unsafe situation.
So the next one is being a strong mentor and or preceptor. As a leader and a coach and a soon-to-be manager, the ability to coach, mentor, precept, and help develop their team is going to be really important because without that, they will lack the ability to create that collaborative picture across the unit. So what that's going to look like is asking more questions than you talk. That's allowing the person to walk through the scenarios in their own brain. So when you're precepting, for example, you're going to make sure that when they ask you a question, you answer the question with a question. Well, what would you do? And walk me through how you would do that or what you think you should do so we can then make corrections off of what you think is happening. The next part of that is going to be also just letting them make those mistakes in a safe environment. Obviously, don't let them harm anybody, but let them pull the meds out, bring them into the room, get close, and then be like, will you double check that for me? Mm-hmm. When they get really close, but not quite, to where it's enough of an impact that they didn't even notice, but also being mindful of being considerate of their learning and not humiliating them in front of anybody. So taking that careful balance, because that's going to be important as a manager. Another aspect of being a good preceptor or mentor is that you're giving feedback. You're giving them helpful feedback that they can use to grow themselves or to allow them to self-reflect and implement that new learning opportunity. The next thing you're looking for is your unit level leader. Are they engaging in the unit-based council or the committees that are on the unit? Are they taking initiative and identifying problems and coming to you with solutions and prepared to take on those with expressed permission? This might be like they get buy-in from their peers because they're an unofficial leader already, or naturally because they do take those things and see those things and start working on them when nobody else even asked them to. But they just happen to take that leadership and naturally move into that.
Have you ever seen that happen in real time?
Yes. We've had a couple of people that we've had that are unofficial leaders to take those things. There was one girl that really was an unofficial leader and really wanted to grow. She was one of the younger nurses on the floor, but was really driven and noticed issues with things and was willing to take on different things to find solutions. One of those being one of our charting systems. And she took that whole charting system on as the ICU's essential system administrator for that program.
Oh, yeah. I remember that person. She was definitely a shining star.
She was and is. The other one is that they're going to educate and encourage others to lead from the front, that they're not just sitting in the back, like taking that preceptor, and they're going to show them how to do things before they sit in the back and then go correct them for doing it wrong when they never showed them in the first place. They're taking that initiative to lead from the front.
The last characteristics that we want to talk about, number 5, is that we're looking for people who are lifelong learners. I am always looking for somebody who is looking to challenge and grow themselves. And that's not just that you're going to go back to graduate school and you're going to get a master's or a doctorate. That's nice and helpful, but I'm also looking for somebody who takes up opportunities that arise all the time. Are you going to conferences? Are you attending local leadership training programs or lean process improvement programs? Those are the types of things that I'm looking for. If you're seeking out growth opportunities, then that tells me that you're coachable. And that means that if I hire you to be a nurse manager, you're going to be teachable. Because if I hire a person and they're not teachable and coachable, that's going to make it very difficult for me to help them be successful and to help them have a successful unit. So what I'm talking about is not only are these people seeking out these opportunities, but they're taking that experience and then they're bringing it back to their home unit and they're sharing it with their peers.
Yeah.
So for example, I went to a conference last year and I brought one of my managers with me. She came back and she created a PowerPoint with the summaries of the things that she learned from it. And she shared it with our manager group so that everyone could get a little bit of a glimpse on what we learned while we were there.
That's amazing.
So if you're already doing that, then these are the types of things that I want you to put into your resume. And better yet, the thing that I'm seeing more and more now is making an actual portfolio. So one of the managers that I hired, who has been probably one of the best hires I've ever made, walked into my office before her interview and gave me a folder. And it had every lean process improvement project she'd done. It had all of her training. It had her certifications and all of those things. And so it was easy for me to see that this person is on a journey for growth. And I want that in a manager. I want a person who's going to grow themselves because I know that's a priority for them and they're going to help grow their team, which is going to help them have better engagement, better trust, and all of those things that make teams successful.
So if you're out there and you are thinking to yourself, I want to know how I can go into leadership. These are a few of the characteristics that you need to develop in yourself and work on if they aren't naturally already there. And we want you to take those, focus them, and put them into your resume as you build, grow, and develop yourself.
Yes, and we'll do a follow-up video coming up shortly where we're going to talk about how to actually write that resume. And I'll give you a hint right now. We are looking for leadership growth specific items that you have done. I want to see examples. I don't want a laundry list of the places that you worked, and I don't want to see your job description. I want to see the thing that makes you stand out, that makes you a good leader. So stay tuned and pay attention for when that video drops, and like and subscribe in the meantime if you found this video helpful. If you know somebody who's on their own leadership journey and you think this video would be helpful to them, please share it so they can have their own blueprint on how to get started and be successful as well. Thanks, Dumpster Pals.